I want her to start the recording, honey, so whenever you want to start.
Okay. Okay. I guess we started the recording. How's everybody this morning? I'm happy to see you.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's a lovely day. Happy Easter. And I want to let you know, I'm going to do this announcement now. There are little plastic eggs back there in a basket. And when you open them, open them carefully because there's little candies in there. And there's a little message. And they're yours to take home.
Thank you.
Okay. Enjoy. We all have to have a treat. We all need to let our kid come out and play.
That's right.
I like messages. I like messages.
Yeah, I do too. Alrighty, and so if everybody's ready, we'll start. I'm Rev Kim Haley, and today we have everyone on Zoom. I don't know who's on Zoom, I can't see them, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. And any newcomers here today? Hello, in the back, would you like to stand up and tell us your name so we can know who you are?
Don't be shy.
Don't be embarrassed, we're really nice people.
My name is Amber. I'm the daughter-in-law of Karen and Steve.
Amber, nice to meet
Good
you.
morning, Rev Penny, Darren, and Henry.
Kenny, Derry, and
Henry.
Henry. Nice to meet you all.
Yes,
Glad you're here. Yay! Welcome. Okay, so then the themes for March are self-propelling, self-existent, and volition. And we've had a lot of great speakers speaking about this already this month. This is the last Sunday of March. So we head right into April tomorrow. Woohoo! It's moving along fast. Beautiful spring, very beautiful time. I'm going to welcome Cheyenne Hernandez up because she's going to do our music for us, and we're going to go into meditation, and she'll play something for a while, then we'll have a little silent meditation, and we'll come back for the rest of the service.
Good morning, Cheyenne.
Good morning, Cheyenne.
I'm going to play a little song by Ayla Schaefer called Vuela con el viento. It's not in English, so that's fine because we're going into meditation. So it's just about setting your thoughts aside and going inward. Llévame con tus alas de luz, águila, tráenos medicina del viento, del agua, de las estrellas, del sol, brillando, me guía mi camino, llévame con tus alas de amor. Condorcito, tráenos medicina del cielo, ilumina mi interior. Volando, enseña mi camino, cura
Then we breathe deeply and we feel the pulse of life within. Especially during springtime, I think it's almost heightened, that feeling of energy, the flowers blooming, the sun rising. Our bodies wake up in the morning and we get up and we get going in our lives. And that is self-propelling. That is life, and life is the gift. And when you see those flowers and you feel the rain, or you see the sun, or you feel the wind, you know we're all a part of it. We're all included. It's an inclusive energy of life. And if you want to take a couple of nice deep breaths, open your eyes, and we'll go forward from there. Thank you, Cheyenne.
You're welcome.
So now we'd like to welcome Sandee Scott, who's got our spiritual thought for the day.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay? I am choosing to start my spiritual thought with something to make you laugh. I recently came across some church bulletin bloopers and thought I would share a few with you. For those of you who have children and don't know it, we have a nursery downstairs. Ladies, don't forget the rummage sale. It's a chance to get rid of those things not worth keeping around the house. Bring your husbands. Weight Watchers will meet at 7 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church. Please use the large double door at the side entrance. It is Easter Sunday. Many, many years ago, I enjoyed attending sunrise services with my father. It was a time when I was already searching beyond Christianity for some spiritual enlightenment, but there was something about the sunrise services that really got to me. Witnessing the dawn of the day, hearing the soaring, uplifting music, being in nature, all evidence of the miracle of life, as Kim was mentioning. But I'm not here to talk about Easter. I'm here to talk about the subject of volition. What is volition? In the dictionary, of one's own accord. You've heard the phrase of one's own volition, of one's own accord, of one's own choosing, by choice, voluntarily, consciously, willingly, of one's own free will. I had recently read a short article in which neuroscientists were doing studies, conducting research to see whether we in fact have free will. And then I couldn't find the article, so I asked my friend, who was a research librarian once upon a time. She sent me 55 pages. Articles such as, what is volition? The psychology of volition. Is free will an illusion? Determinism, free will, and moral responsibility. It was actually kind of difficult to wade through these articles. Intricate scientific research, some complex philosophical discussions. There were terms such as perceptual fluency, intentional binding, compatibilist, I don't even know how to pronounce it, compatibilist, incompatibilist, billetist, objectivist transcendental argument, principle of causal closure. It was too much for my brain. In spite of having majored in psychology in the distant past, I think I would have rather read about black holes and quantum physics, Bob. Anyway, to me, and perhaps to you, the surprising thing was to hear that some people question whether in fact we have free will. Is it an illusion? Does anyone here think they do not have free will? On the other hand, the words destiny and fate have a certain romantic quality to them, don't they? It was destiny that I met my spouse, best friend, special person. Fate brought us together. It was destiny to be a teacher, chef, doctor, landscape artist. If it was fate or destiny, was it predetermined? Is our life and its end predetermined? Are our choices predetermined by our DNA, our genes, our brain chemicals? Let's go back to free will. Nod if you agree. We choose our actions. We choose our thoughts. Judy, you're not nodding. You're pondering. We choose our beliefs. Now, I find that one an interesting one because we are taught so many of our beliefs, aren't we? And we just accept them and accept them and accept them and accept them. But then we can choose to question those beliefs. We can choose to ask questions. We can choose to read books, take classes, belong to a spiritually based book club, read articles, attend the PLC, or listen to podcasts, all with the intention of expanding our spiritual knowledge or practices. We can learn spiritual laws, tools, and practices such as spiritual mind treatment, gratitude, forgiveness, meditation, positive affirmations, the laws of circulation, mental equivalence, karma, and dharma. But then we can choose not to use these tools. We can choose to implement these tools into our daily life or not. If we find we are not using these tools, although we say we want to, we can choose to figure out why. And that might be a good chance to talk with the practitioner. That would be a good subject to talk with the practitioner about. If we desire to live the spiritual principles, we must, of our own volition, do so, not just 1 hour of the week or 1 day of the week, but every second of every minute of every day. And that's just a small little challenge for us, isn't it? So after making your brains work hard, I'm going to leave you with 3 more little church bulletin bloopers. Thursday at 5 p.m. there will be a meeting of the Little Mothers Club. All wishing to become little mothers, please see the minister in his study. Please place your donation in the envelope along with the deceased person you want remembered. And this being Easter Sunday, we will ask Mrs. Lewis to come forward and lay an egg on the altar. I wish you all a happy day to ponder the miracle of life.
I love all of those. Those are hysterical. We have eggs laid at the table over there. If anybody wants any. Anyway, that was wonderful, Sandee. Thank you so much. And now we're going to have some wonderful music again by Cheyenne Hernandez. Yay!
We're gonna sing a song by Leah Morris. If you like to sing, please do, because if we hold down the main part, then I can sing little harmonies and extra parts over it. It'll be fun. This one is really simple. This one is what's on the top of your sheet of paper, just as you are. I went to Santa Cruz last weekend and saw an amazing artist. She was so good. I highly recommend that you guys look her up on YouTube. So she inspired me a lot, and I wanted to share her songs with you. This one goes like this. I'll sing it a few times so you guys can, if you want to sing, you don't have to sing, but if you want to sing, sing along. Just as you are, without changing a thing. Just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I just as you are without changing a thing. Just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in just as you are. Just as you are. Just as you are, I am just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in just as you are. Just as you are. Just as you are without saying a thing. Just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in just as you are. Just as you are. Just as you are without changing a thing. Just as you are, just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in just as you are. Oh, just as you are. One more time. Just as you are without changing a thing. Just as you are. Just as you are, I accept you. Just as you are. See you, I hear you, I welcome you in just as you are. Just as you are. And that last part again. Just as you are. Just as you are. Yay, beautiful singing. Thank you.
Okay, that was wonderful. Thank you. I love that song. It's very nice. Very welcome. And now our speaker today is the wonderful Reverend Dr. Judy DeRosa.
I think I need this.
Okay.
Good morning and happy Easter, happy spring, all those elements that we live with. I brought this. This is beautiful, Cheyenne, because often we're not willing to accept people just as they are. We want to change them around a little bit. You know, make them a little less bossy, a little less demanding, or a little more prolific. Or, you know, accepting each other just as we are is a really potent gift that we can give to each other. So I usually will write something out, but my circumstances change daily, like everybody else's. And so I have my prompter books here. And I think that this is dedicated to Bob Hand. This is from All the Light We Cannot See. Maybe everyone or most have seen it on Netflix. I chose to read the book first because it's such a dense conversation for the world as far as war and how we survive through these transformations. This line from Jules Verne: science is made up of mistakes. but they are mistakes which is useful to make because they lead little by little to the truth. And we often have this misperception that there is a formula to life, that we take A and we mix it with X times 5,000 billion, and we come up with maybe happiness. But that's not how it works. In New Thought, we discover it within ourselves. We're the ones that hold the feelings and the life force. And with that discovery, we share it. We take it out into the world. We try it on, kind of like a new thought or a new way of being. And each person that's in this group and on Zoom and out in the world has a precious, unique gift, that aspect that's you. And we don't often honor that. We just have expectations that you're going to go out there and be a fireman or a lawyer or a policeman or some useful task. When I know and love mechanical people, and I know and love people who can sit with an animal and be so patient in training and softness within their skills of communication. And we don't seem to bring that into our awareness. There's this pressure and push for success, success, success. And we're already incredibly successful by being authentically ourselves, by allowing ourselves to wake up or resurrect every morning from that deep sleep, that slumber, that other world that we come from, that we rarely talk about. Because when we awaken, our body is rejuvenated, our mind is refreshed, that we are a whole, holy individual. And I'm fortunate enough to have had great Native American teachers who have taught me it's about remembering who we really are, that we are always in a place of allowing ourselves to fill this sacred vessel up with new information all the time. That the essence of God and Goddess and Source and all that is, and the great mystery, the great singer of the universe, the ecstatic joy of life is always there for us and always creating. And we're part of that creation. We're a part of that mixture of presence. And when we step away from old conditionings, like Sandee was saying, when we're born, we don't have a choice. That's why I was pondering, Sandee. That sense of if you're born into whatever religious aspect, and I'll give you mine, my mother was a Holy Roller Baptist. Woohoo! And bless her heart. And she would talk to me about speaking in tongues, and I'm really little, and I'm going, show me your tongue, what are you talking about? I have no idea what she was talking about. And then my dad, who was a choir boy and altar boy at the Catholic Church, would drag me to church and do the stand up, sit down. And I didn't understand that, you know, I was pushed into a confessional, and I'm going, I gotta make something up. I don't like my brother, he hits me all the time. Oh, okay. And so I learned Hail Marys and thinking that somebody out there is gonna forgive me for a sin that I invented just to make my dad happy. This was kind of crazy. So I asked my dad to not wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning for the Latin Mass, because I don't know what they're talking about. So that made me quest. When I'm 9, 10 years old, I was put in a place of learning about a Jewish family I got to live with for a while. I learned about satyrs, and I learned about the temple, and I learned about lots of really good food. And the first grandmother that saw me went, darling, does your mother not feed you? You're so skinny. Come here, come in the kitchen. I have some soup for you. And I felt this loving, loving energy, this acceptance, this great grandma aspect of what chicken soup can do for anybody. I understood the value and the preciousness of how this family lived. And I had another family that was artists and Armenian, and also good cooking. And they had big family gatherings, and I got adopted by a grandmother, Baba Nina. And Baba Nina, who is in that painting holding the moon, Baba Nina was from Russia. And she was from a really, really large family. And she would say, if you have something wonderful, share it. And in me, she saw my art potential, and I was really grateful for that. And so she would say, come over, darling, I will teach you more art. And she had modeled for Salvador Dali, and she had this incredible grace about her. Everyone I meet has a gift. Everyone has a story. I got to talk to Karen for the first time, just one-on-one. And we talked about all the planting that has been going on. And that makes my heart happy and joyful and filled with that sense of caring. And we talked about mothers. And if you're fortunate to have a mother that loves you, cares about you, embrace that. And embrace whomever is there to love you. See what else I have to say here. That was one book. So let's see. Aha. Now this was given to me by Angelo, and it's titled Jesus Gate. And I haven't read the whole thing. I went, oh, too much for me. But I did pick this out. This is about Joseph Campbell. And Joseph Campbell would teach us that myth is a part of our past, but do we carry myths forward? Like Easter. Easter was really a pagan holiday that was co-opted, gotta say. You know, the people didn't want to go to church and be all serious and be told that there's hell and stuff like that. They wanted to go have a big party and celebrate the Easter eggs and look at the beauty of spring that is natural cycles. It's always going to be there. It's like spring isn't going to go away. And so with the myth, and when you're born into a family that is Jewish or Methodist or Protestant or Mormon or on and on and on and on, you have no choice. You are indoctrinated until you get to that age where I got and said, hey, wait a minute. I have some questions here and nobody wants to answer them. You know, like, how did Mary really get pregnant? And a whole bunch of other questions about that rock in front of the cave. Well, it magically rolled away. I think that Jesus was a great teacher and that politics got in the way and that politicians killed him because they were afraid of his truth, that he questioned everything like a child. Children question everything. You know, how come your hair's blonde? Where'd you get those shoes? How come you wear those earrings? When are we going to go to the show? They question everything and they want to know everything because you're curious, right? You're curious, you want to know. We all want to know. And so when we go on our quest and we step away from the indoctrination, then we can visit different concepts. So my Native American teachers taught me that Creator is in everyone and everything. That Great Spirit is everywhere. It's in our essence. It is in that magic in our dreams. It is in everything you can imagine and see. So I'll tell you one little personal story. I was, years ago, I was making amulets for people out of crystals. And I was at a little fair and I had all my stones out and all these different designs that I make. I made jewelry, you know, I was just on my quest. And this woman came up to me and she said, oh, you're from the devil. All these crystals, they're not good for you. You know that. And I went, oh, wait. Creator made these. All these stones, all this quartz, all these turquoise stones. How could that possibly be from a negative source? Where did you learn that? So I gave her a piece of rose quartz put it in her hand, said, sit down, take a breath. I only work in the light. My whole idea of life is living, loving, and dancing in the light. And after about 10 minutes, she got up and she said, do I have to give this back to you? You don't have to give it back, it's a gift. She said, I never thought about where I was told this was bad. This was evil. And I went, nothing that Creator makes is evil unless we put a label on it. Unless we decide that there's something terrible about it. So we have to look at letting go of that judgment. Letting go of even the things that we were raised in. Let go. So I, over the years, have discovered the Tao. Taken classes with Bob Hand. I've had teachers that show up like, well, this was wonderful and timely. And in the Tao, we are walking a path. And this path leads us to our higher self. It doesn't matter what direction we go. It doesn't matter if we're turned around and we get off the path. We always come back. And in the Native American culture, it's called walking the good red road. We get distracted because the menu on this planet, in this world, in this experience, is so big. There's drugs, there's alcohol, there's people, there's work, there's competition, it's the best car, who's got the best clothes, who can do the best this, who can do the best that. And so that distraction keeps us from our whole, holy self. And something within us is always telling us what's feeling good inside and what doesn't feel good. And when we pay attention to those messages of what makes you clench and tighten up, or allows you to relax and go, oh, I'd like more of that, please. And it's our choice. Our choice. We choose to go to a bar, or we choose to go to the library. We have a library here. It's for you. We choose to educate ourselves. We choose to think differently. We choose to make our own magic. I chose to paint. I chose to make my world that's in my head and in my dreams to be physical. And each and every one of us, with our hands and our heart and our consciousness, can do that too. Whatever it is. I have a friend who is a caregiver for AIDS patients down in Southern California. He chooses to give that care because he knows he's a good caregiver. He chooses to be present with people who need him. I have a friend who fixes computers for people, especially me, because that is his gift, his creative realm. I have friends that are computer graphic wizards, and they choose to animate and make things look real, kind of like what we do in our lives. I've been told that we live in a holographic universe, and that what we're focusing on is a really amazing construct of illusion. And we have to decide, is that true? Well, maybe it is, but maybe not for this moment or this journey on this planet. How would Cheyenne get to sing her music? How would I be able to do my paintings if I was just this vaporous light someplace? This is our opportunity to animate, to explore, to delve into this material illusion, construct, experience for our soul, our divine, amazing soul self that is constantly creating. Remember who you really are. Now, this was given to me by Kim and her beloved Stephen DeRuby. This is one of his sutras. It was a part of learning. I got to study with the Dalai Lama, and these really touch my heart. So I'm going to leave you with this. Meditate on the self as being as vast as the sky. Can you do that? Imagine yourselves as vast as the cosmos, beyond the perception of anyone else or the limitations of other people. Awaken to your true form. We are divine energy, revealing itself. Bless you. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judy. I got a line from a song while you were talking about children and the way of wonder. And one of the lines is from a Fleetwood Mac song, and it always says, "May the child in our hearts rise above." And the way of wonder is another thing that I think about. So thank you, Judy, you reminded me of that. And now, after that talk, which has got so much for me to think about, we are going to do the offertory, and I'd like to ask for 2 volunteers to come up and help out with this. And then if you, are you gonna sing some songs for us? Okay.
No takers? Okay.
I think we're Sandee. Yay.
Sandee.
Awesome. Thank you. And then we're gonna do the offertory. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. And those watching our service on Zoom, because I can't see you, but hi, you may tithe going into the iFocus, and you can email, it's an email you receive, and by pushing the green button, it has instructions on how to donate funds to the PLC. You can also send a check to the Positive Living Center, and that is also in there. It's a P.O. Box 2683, Oakhurst, California, 93644. Helps me remember my zip code when I do this. Anyway, that'd be great.
I am so grateful for this life that I have to live. Oh, and I am so grateful for all that I have to a true never-ending source from above. Yes, I live in a world of abundance, with a life overflowing and a heart full of love.
Sounds so clear today. Maybe my hearing is getting better too. It sounds really good. Yeah, nice. I like it. There are announcements to be made. I'm going to make 2 announcements, and then the floor is open for announcements. One of them is that the new artwork in here is all Judy DeRosa's, except for maybe that one, which is Janie Geyer's. And she spent a lot of time putting it up, and some of them are heavy. I helped, but not that much. I just watched, really. And I'm really grateful, and I'm grateful to all the people that put their artwork up so that we can all enjoy it. And there's some beautiful pieces. If you want to take a look after the service, you want to look at it more deeply, that's a nice thing to do for yourself and for everyone. Also, the other announcement is like a save the date announcement. We're going to have Diva Vani, who came and did a talk in her poetry last year. She's going to perform here and do a call and response, an evening of chant. And that will be on the 28th of July. I know, I'm going to start early, okay? You're going to hear a lot of this. I'm going to keep it going, keep you excited for it. And so it will be an evening, probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It'll be there'll be some kind of charge. We're not sure. It's not going to be that expensive, but it's to help out the PLC and also to give her some for her time. So I hope you'll come, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. And it'll be something that maybe we can do more of that. And then what else was I going to say? Okay, now other announcements. I'll have more information as time ticks away. But has anyone else got an announcement? Yes, Judy?
Will you announce the flute circle and the drum circle?
Sure, and the other thing is, John's not here today, but Judy's here. We have a flute circle every second Saturday of the month. It starts at 2 o'clock and it goes roughly for about an hour and a half. You don't have to play the flute. It's Native American style flute. Sometimes we can provide you with a flute to use. You can come and just listen and see if you like it. You can rattle. You can do rhythmic instruments if you don't want to play the flute, but we find people start liking it and they want to start playing the flute, which is a good thing. And then the drum circle follows after, and some of us stay after with our flutes and play during Judy's drum circle. And you don't even have to have a drum. You can come, and there's a big mother drum that's usually in there in the center, and it's like a heartbeat, and you feel it in your body. You feel it physically. With a lot of music, we feel it physically in our bodies, and it's very awakening and soothing. Some of it's soothing, some of it's awakening. Depends on what we're playing. So we welcome you to come to that too, and that's by donation only if you want. Did I say anything? Did I make a... It's from 4 to 5, sorry. I knew I forgot some detail there. It's from 4 to 5 on the second Saturday of every month. That's the drum circle. Preceded in the flute circle. Yeah. Hello, Sandee. Come on up.
Speaking of art, you might want to know about 2 art shows locally. One's at Oakhurst Spirits, which is not a spiritual center, it's a distillery, but they have also a gallery, and Visions of Self is there, and this is, let's see, next Saturday, I think is the last day it'll be up. It opens at noon today, and if you've never been there, it's kind of a neat place to go to. And then up at Gallery Road is Yosemite Renaissance Show. Do you have a yeah, me neither.
Did you say Yosemite Renaissance Show?
Yosemite Renaissance. It's a very prestigious show. It'll be up for a couple of months. Okay. And it's up at
the Gallery
Road.
Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not to be missed. If you love Yosemite and the Sierras, you will love that show.
We've always got something going on here, which is really wonderful. We've got such a community here of artists and musicians and writers and singers. Yes, hello, Laura.
Spiritual discussion group, Tuesday at 5:30.
Spiritual discussion
On
group
Zoom.
on Zoom, Tuesday at 5:30. That's with Bob.
Bob.
Okay. Do you all hear that? Okay, got that one done too. And so now,
And the topic is choice.
and the topic is choice. Let's see what people are choosing. That would be interesting. Okay, anything else?
One more.
Oh, yeah, somebody got an, who's on, did somebody on Zoom want to make an
John.
announcement?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Hi, thanks. I want us to thank Steve, Karen, and Daniel for all the work here at the PLC over the last week. Just gathering up a full big dump truck load of limbs and twigs that were down, moving all that concrete into a gully that's going to slow erosion and beautify the rest of the property. And with Steve's tractor, resurrecting the driveway and the parking area. It's all just so beautiful, and I'm really grateful. And all the flowers in the front and on the side that Karen has put in.
hard work. Thanks, John. It does look really great around here. I mean, I've seen little flowers around the borders of the building, and really, really lovely. Oh, by the way, the eggs, there's some Easter eggs, and I think I said it already, but if you take one, there's a little message inside the Easter egg, and there's some candies, and I stuffed them, so they might fly out when you open them. Be careful.
Are all the messages different?
We enjoy it.
Aren't they all different?
Yes, pretty much. Maybe one or two got repeated. I don't know. But we had fun. Like Judy was doing the artwork, and we were doing some little bit of arranging there. So I hope you enjoyed it. Now okay, what else are we gonna do here? The prayer partner this week is Sandee Scott. We did our wonderful prayer treatment. Not prayer treatment, but prayer thought. I love it, spiritual thought. Don't get me in the prayer thing. Okay, spiritual thought, and you can see Sandee in that room back there if you like. If you want to, you can't stay because you have to leave, you can write down your prayer, what you'd like a prayer for, and put it in the frog box at the back. And we had a little incident at the frog box yesterday. Judy got bit by a wasp. So we got the wasp out of there. Didn't kill the wasp, but we told them never to come back. She's doing okay now. But so the frog box is protected by an aura that you cannot see. Anyway, and now let's see what else. Next week's speaker is Reverend Sandee West, our Reverend here, who's doing all this hard work for Zoom and everything else. So that will be great. We hope you come and see that and listen. And now let's do our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And that's so true. So I think we're gonna have another song. Yay! Cheyenne is gonna do another song, and then Reverend Sandee will come up and do the closing prayer.
Judy's talk reminded me of a story. One time Spirit was walking down the road. I think it was maybe because he had like his hair dyed red, or he was skating maybe where he shouldn't be. But a woman said, son, you need to find Jesus. And Spirit said, I didn't know he was missing.
So I'd just like to say, I didn't even plan to be here. Whatever you prefer. But I'm gonna sing, and I never heard this song, so please,
and you guys
can't
please sing
do it, I
along
can't.
if you feel like it. This is another song by Leah Morris. My hands are strong enough, they're strong enough, and I'm good enough. My hands are strong enough to give love. My arms are long enough, I'm good enough. My arms are long enough to give love. Now my heart. My heart is wide enough, it's wide enough, good enough. My heart is wide enough to give love. Now my light is bright enough. My light is bright enough, it's bright enough, and I'm good enough. My light is bright enough to give love. One more time. My hands are strong enough, they're strong enough, and I'm good enough. My hands are strong enough to give love. My arms are long enough, they're long enough, and I'm good enough. My arms are long enough to give love. My heart is enough, it's wide enough, and I'm good enough. My heart is wide enough to give love. My light is bright enough, it's bright enough, and I'm good enough. My light is bright enough to give love. Keep it going. My hands are strong enough, they're strong enough, and I'm good enough. My hands are strong enough to give love. I know that I'm strong enough to give love. I'm here for love. I know that I'm strong enough to give love. I'm here for love. My light is bright enough, it's bright enough, and I'm good enough. My light is bright enough to give love. Keep it going. My hands are strong enough to. I'm here for love. My hands are strong enough to give. I'm here for love. My heart is wide enough, it's wide enough, and it's good enough. My heart is wide enough to give love. My light is bright enough, it's bright enough, and I'm good enough. My light is bright enough to give love.
Everybody!
My hands are strong, my hands are hard to give love. My hands are here. I can't stop. One more time. My hands are strong enough, they're strong enough, and I'm good enough. My hands are strong enough to give love. I know that I'm strong enough to give love. I'm here for love. My hands are strong enough, they're strong enough, and I'm good enough. My hands are strong enough to give love. My message in the end was love is the answer. Very reminds me of the Beatles.
Plant the seeds of new growth. So here we are, planting seeds.
Yay!
Thank you guys.
Thanks everyone for being here. Sandee's going to come up and do the closing prayer. I just want to wish you all a wonderful Sunday, a happy day, early spring, and happy Easter, and see you next week.
What a great day. Oh, just close your eyes for a moment and just let your hearts expand with all the wonderful words, all the wonderful music, everything that we had today. For the divine was here. The divine is in us, through us, around us. Everything that we need is here in our spiritual family. Go forth today and enjoy Easter. Enjoy the candies, the the eggs, all of it. It is fun. The children love it, and the grown-ups can love watching the children. Go forth and just share your love, share your heart, and be all you can be. And say with me, please, and so it is.
Take some of those eggs with you, please.